cotton candy with sprinkles when I got a knock on my door. It was a package from Space Lights. I was so excited because I've seen these lights all over TikTok. I set them up and literally felt like I was in space. Sprinkles and I vibed out, feeling so chill and relaxed. It even had a Bluetooth speaker.
Hi, I'm going to teach you how to make this top. Start by tracing around at a top that you like the shape of and then cut that out. Put the right sides of the fabric together and then you're going to sew the two edges and the two straps. Once you've done that, turn the top the right way around. Then draw on where you want your contrast lines to go. I've done mine 2 inches apart from each other. You can also do the contrast stitch around the edges, that's up to you. Pinch your fabric and sew in a zigzag stitch in a straight line using your contrast colour. Once you've done that, hopefully it will look like this. Thank you for watching.
Here's a tutorial for this purple satin top that was highly requested and long overdue. You can make this top with half a yard of any fabric of your choice. Fold the fabric in half. Measure and cut the fabric about 17 inches long and 18 inches wide. With half a yard, it should look something like this. Place the square so that folded side is up. Sew the sides, leave the bottom open and a 1-inch opening at the top. Next, we do the straps. The remaining piece of fabric, cut 4 1-inch straps measuring 18 inches and 1 measuring 40. Mark where you want your straps. Use your seam ripper to make small openings for the straps. Flip it inside out and sew down. When it's done, it should look like this. Fold in the extra fabric from the 1-inch seam that we left open earlier. Sew that down, leaving a 1-inch opening. Use a safety pin to insert the strap through that opening. Flip it inside out and sew down the bottom, leaving a 4-inch opening. Use a needle and thread to close the opening.
Got me crying, got me crying,
I'm going to show you how I made this top. I made this one with a sewing machine, but this time I'm going to show you how you can make it without one. So I'm using this fabric, which was a dress. You want to make sure that you pick a fabric that doesn't fray at the edges. You want to cut out a square from whatever fabric you're using. So then fold your fabric in half. When I made this top, honestly, I just eyeballed it and made up the measurements, but I've actually measured it this time. So it's 7 inches, 8 inches, and then 11 inches, and then just cut along the lines. So once you've cut it out, it should look like this. So now we're going to do the straps. So from the leftover fabric, I've cut out 4 strips. Pin each strap to each of the corners. Take a needle and thread and just sew in a rectangle shape. And then once you've sewn each of the straps on, hopefully it should look something like this. I'm going to show you how to make this top. For this you want to use a fitted vest top, then crop it. I cropped 7 inches off mine. And then on both side seams, mark 5 inches from the bottom and 3 inches either side of the seam. Then join them all up and cut it out. Now you should have this shape, and then just hem all of your raw edges. Then on your extra fabric, mark out 4 strips. These are 1 inch wide and 12 inches long. Then cut them out and pull on them to create this tube shape. Once you've done that, on the back of the top, mark 3 inches up from the bottom on each side. And then on the front, mark 2 inches up from the bottom on each side. Once you've done that, pin a strap to each of the 4 marks you just made and sew it on. Once you've done that, it should look like this. Thank you for watching.
Hi guys, so you wanted a tutorial on these jeans. So I'm using these Paxton mom jeans that I didn't really like, and I'm first pinpointing where I want the rips to be at. I could do a whole nother video on how to rip the jeans, so let me know if you want to see that. Then I wanted to bleach the jeans like I did with this pair, and in this bottle there's half water and half bleach, and I kind of just sprayed it wherever pretty much. Then I waited for it to dry and I threw it in the washer and dryer. Then I took these bandanas from Michael's and I just cut up random patches and placed them wherever I thought would look good. And this is totally optional, but you can use fabric glue to secure it down. It just makes it easier when you're sewing, and I could do a whole nother sewing video if you want to see that. Yeah, if you have a sewing machine, definitely use that for sure, dude. Then I re-bleached it because I didn't like it. Then I free-handed some Sanrio characters and did this whole rhinestone Hello Kitty thing, and fuck, I'm running out of time. Shit. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.
We're gonna cut these sweaters in half and combine them back together. First, I'm just finding the midway point for the sweater. Then we're gonna cut it down and slice the ribbing off. Now we're gonna remove the tag from the second sweater so we can reattach it later on. Again, we're just finding the midway point and we're gonna cut it in half and repeat the same process. Now it's time to match the two halves up and then pin them together so we can get sewing. First, we're gonna run a basic stitch all the way down, and then we're gonna follow up with a zigzag stitch so that we can finish off the seam. Now, since this is a crop sweater, we are going to reattach the ribbing to give it a professional finish. After it's pinned in place, we're going to sew it on. Now we just cut off the excess and sew the tag back in, and we got a final product. Make sure to follow for more upcycled fashion.